So I've been seeing things like this basically my whole life, where the idea of selfishness is demonized. You know, you're told that you should be coming at things from an entirely altruistic perspective, that you can't look out for yourself. You know, you have to put yourself lower on the priority list, you know, do the bare minimum for you and do everything for everyone else. But I think that's just fundamentally wrong. No one that I've seen be successful and help others operates in that kind of way. Because you see, the way that I've understood it, and from what I have gleaned from everyone I've talked to, especially some very wonderful people, really nice people who gave a lot of their time in their life to helping others, is not that it inspired them or something to help others. It actually made them happy. You know, it fulfilled them. It gave them something. So when you take it, you know, one step deeper than just surface level, it is also selfish. It makes them feel good that they were able to help others, which is awesome, actually, because that means that there's a internal motivation for them to help other people. Sure, maybe that takes some of the heroic nature, I suppose, out of it, but what it adds is the humanization. It makes them feel like me or you when they say, oh yeah, no, it's just, I just like it. I just like doing it. It's not some big sacrifice for me. You know, it's just, I see that it has a really positive impact on people, and I decided that that's worth it. It makes me happy to see other people, you know, doing well, feeling better, whatever it is that they're helping with, surviving, you know, for like emergency medical services or firefighters. You know, they save lives, and that is fulfilling for them. That makes them happy. That is a selfish motivation. It just is. And that's okay. It's okay if they say, oh no, it just makes me happy. You know, it's not necessarily about the ethics and morals of it. I mean, it helps, right? There's no guilt associated with helping people. So that's like, that definitely helps a lot, but there is the selfish side of it. And almost everything that you do ultimately comes back to some kind of selfish reasoning. You know, you almost never are going to do things that have no impact on yourself, never benefit you at all, don't make you feel good about yourself, none of those things. Very unlikely. Now, it can happen. You know, I've done one or two things where it didn't really make me feel any better. I just knew it was the right thing to do and you do it, but usually those are much smaller things that you kind of just don't mind. To see anything beyond that, to put yourself in like extreme danger or something, usually requires more motivations. Not to say it can't happen. Don't want to, you know, say, you know, real heroes don't exist or something. I think that's a bit much. But in a lot of cases, you could characterize most things as selfish, but there's nothing wrong with it. And that it really irritates me when that's framed as like, oh, but if that's true, then nobody cares about anybody else. It's like, no. The point is that your brain makes you happy that you helped someone. That's awesome. Your brain also makes you happy when you help yourself. So helping others is, you know, basically a double whammy. You get two of them. You know, you get the positive feelings of I helped someone, and then also, but I feel happy because I helped someone. That's great. You know, that helps me. Oh, twice. Great. That's all. That's just awesome. Like, and that's how we're built. That's how we're wired. That's why we're social. To frame that as something bad to acknowledge is, I think, absurd. Altruism is not like, it's actually not the best, because then it doesn't actually take much if you don't have a personal feeling involved in it, right? If you're not emotionally invested in doing the right thing by it making you happy that you did it, I think you actually lose out. People will do less good for one another. They will care less about each other. And just to take it a step further, I think that demonizing this kind of acknowledgement has warped people's perspectives on themselves and what they should be doing and how they should be behaving, because every time, almost without fail, that they feel like, oh, that was selfish of me. I feel like that was just, I did that for me, not for them, not for you, not for, you know, the animal or whatever. I did that for me. They feel guilt. Why? That is absurd. If you've done something good, it should make you feel happy. It's supposed to happen so that you do it again. And so I implore you and everyone else to acknowledge when you're doing something because it makes you happy, and be happy that it does that when you know it's the right thing. You know, when you help someone cross, you know, help an old lady cross the street, when you help your neighbor bring something into their home, when you're doing anything like that, because it feels good to do it, embrace that. Say, no, that's good. It's good that it makes me feel good. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to be a good person again. Watch me. You know, what kind of threat is that? Like, how is that a bad thing? So stop making things like this. No, it's not a bad thing. It never was. Anyone who frames it that way, I don't care who they are, what philosopher they are, selfishness does not do any ill to society. If anything, it is something we should just understand as just part of the human condition. It's something we're going to experience as the motivation for the vast majority of things we do. You know, even if you say, oh, well, why didn't you do the selfish thing? Well, usually the answer is because I would feel bad. Yeah, so you didn't do it for selfish reasons, because then you would feel bad. It's still selfish. There's very few cases where selfishness does not come into your decision-making process when it's something you are very much able to just go and do if you want to. And I guess I'm just saying all of this mainly because I'm seeing other people around me in my life suffering with this problem of feeling guilty and frustrated that, like, oh, but like, you know, how will this person feel? How will that person feel? I don't really know what I want to do. I don't really know what to do. And I think they're completely out of touch with themselves and what makes them happy and things like that, because society has focused so much on making others happy. That is the thing that we have built up as, you know, the truly good thing. But then you have basically no understanding of how you feel and what makes you happy and what you want to do, and like all those important things that are almost critical to being happy, to having a good life, even if it's not perfect. You have to understand what you want. You have to be selfish. Just don't be too selfish. That's all. And just to wrap this all up, I really just want to emphasize to everyone that it's okay to just be a little bit selfish. Don't get hung up on the details of, well, why did I do that thing? It was a good thing, but why did I do it? You know, what were my real motivations? Because almost every time they're going to be selfish, and that's okay. Just roll with it. You will be happier for that. And you'll probably make the people around you happier too. And whether you did that because it made you feel good or just because it's the right thing to do, I don't think that matters. And I don't think it should matter to you either. Anyway, yeah, so like insert the usual plugs here. I stream here, Twitch. I have a Discord. Check it out. All right.